In 2019, I got to be on the TV show Nashville Squares on CMT. I don't know if you knew that was a thing or not. Most people didn't. I don't know that people saw me on it. In fact, I'm glad that they didn't. If you did see me on there, well, I'm sorry you watched that. And growing up, a country kid in Alabama.
I just said a wet watermelon.
I love CMT. I used to watch CMT all the time. CMT was like my MTV. I mean, me and my family would record country music videos off the TV onto a VHS tape just so we could watch them later. I mean, I love CMT. And I also used to watch the show Hollywood Squares. I mean, it was a bit of an old show when I was a kid, and it was a little too advanced for me, but I liked it. Seeing the celebs up in those boxes, I was like, that's pretty fun. So when I got asked to do Nashville Squares, I was like, oh, cool, like a Nashville version of Hollywood Squares. I thought this will be great. I get to do a TV show and be in Nashville. Well, it turns out it was filmed in Los Angeles. So I went to Los Angeles to film Nashville Squares.
Welcome to CMT's Nashville Squares. Let's play something country.
And I show up out in this building in LA. I wish I had more video footage of it. I wish I had been on that. But it was basically like an old motel. And, you know, the outside, and now it was a studio. I don't know. That could be how all studios are. I don't go to a lot of studios. But I was at this one. And it looked like an old motel to me that you would stay in when you went to Panama City Beach. Doors on the outside, 2 stories, a little railing. And each of our dressing rooms were in those things. So I was on there, a couple of people. One guy that I know really well, John Reap.
I said, that's for alligators, not days.
Friends with him, done his podcast quite a few times. I'll put a link above if you want to watch. And so I knew he'd be there, so I was pumped. And then also Bill Engvall was there.
Here's your sign.
And I was pretty pumped about that, too. I never met Bill Engvall. I've met almost everyone from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Met Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White. But I'd never met Bill Engvall. Still have not met Larry the Cable Guy, although I've done something with him virtually. Well, I did a podcast. I didn't do something with him. And I show up at this place, and we're hanging out. I'm hanging out in Bill Engvall's green room with John Reap. We're just hanging out. It's a great time. A lot of people are drinking. That's what they want us to do. They want us to be drunk for the taping, I guess, because we're Southerners, and we're supposed to be on bourbon all day. Bourbon and sweet tea. In fact, in South Carolina when I lived there, they had a sweet tea vodka. And I used to drink that all the time, but it will mess you up. It can be a rough time, too. It's delicious, but it's a nasty hangover. Or maybe I was just a complete alcoholic.
What's your favorite number, bro?
Favorite number?
Just out of curiosity. Oh, sorry.
I don't guess I have a favorite number, actually.
Oh, do you have a favorite color?
I like blue.
Maybe both are true. So I was going to do the show, and I was very excited about it, okay? The host of our episode of Nashville Squares was Bob Saget.
Your host, me.
But I mean, Full House was one of my favorite shows as a kid, and America's Funniest Home Videos was one of my favorites. So I'm like, this is great. I'm going to do a show with Bob Saget, a guy that I used to watch act on TV as a kid. I'm now doing a show with him. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was really great. I had a video of me jumping on the trampoline and falling through the springs, and we always wanted to send that in to America's Funniest Home Videos.
All right, whoops, he liked to done it. Whoa. Whoa. You okay, boy?
But we never did. After we hang out for a bit, we're called into a room. And now I'll be in a room with all of the people that I'm going to be in there with. I won't name them all just yet, but one of them in the room is Gary Busey.
I can go to your mama's and start a small fire in her panties. Now, are you ready to get out of the car?
And Gary Busey is a wild dude anyway, just based on the movies I've seen. And then I heard that he had some kind of accident. So it's tough to tell what was going on in this meeting. They were just trying to give us the rundown of how the show was going to go. And Gary Busey kept asking questions like I would ask to a substitute teacher in high school. Like, I don't really want the answer to the question, or I even already know the answer. I'm just asking it to be irritating and also to make the class laugh. That's what it felt like Gary Busey was doing. It felt like he was like, listen, I'm the biggest star in here, and I'm going to throw my weight around. And I was fine with it because I'm in a room with some very talented and, funny people, and I feel like the least well-known in the room, and I'm just like, I'm just enjoying being in here right now. And then we get out and we're in our squares, okay?
Let's meet the Squares. She shaped her legs for this, Dina Carter. Everybody's favorite dorkfish, Bill Engvall. Hollywood icon, it's Gary Busey. Comedian and whiskey drinker, Sarah Tiana. Making Reba proud, Melissa Peterman. America's sweetheart, it's Carson Kressley. Bringing the ginger pain, it's John Reap. Comedian and pesticide aficionado, Dusty Slade. And in the center square, the legend herself, Marie Osmond. And now.
And I am on, if you're looking at it, I'm on the far left side. I'm the middle square on the left side. Above me is my friend John Reap, right above me. Below me is Melissa Peterman, and I know her as Reba McEntire's ex-husband's wife on the TV show Reba.
Outrageous and off the hook. Can I get a woo woo?
I've watched it quite a few times, the show. It's okay. My dad loves it, and I've seen it quite a bit. Reba McEntire's funny, but her best role was in Tremors 1. And if you're just hearing this for the first time and you don't realize that there's multiple Tremors, I think there's 6. And then to my right, if you're looking at it, to my right is Marie Osmond.
You're my world, you are my night and day. You're my world, you're every prayer I pray.
Now, Marie Osmond has been doing entertainment for like 50 years, and the woman looks good.
Thank you. Love you.
Do you consider yourself country?
Well, I coined the phrase, I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit country.
And I'm a little bit rock and roll.
And so I was pumped to be there hanging next to Marie Osmond. And above Marie Osmond was Sarah Tiana, a comic I know, very funny. Below was Carson Kressley. I had not known Carson.
Carson,
I was just having some juice.
how you doing?
I'm great. This is a dream come true. I never imagined there'd be a day when Marie Osmond was on top of me. I mean.
He was in Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, as well as some other things. And then next to Marie, Gary Busey.
Hey, hello. I love you.
Gary, how you doing? You look fantastic.
I had to go to 3rd grade 3 years, but I'm doing fine now.
And that is exactly what we expected of having Gary here.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You ain't seen nothing yet, buddy.
That's great.
Above Gary Busey, Bill Engvall. And on the bottom right corner is every 90 kid's crush for at least a little while, Dina Carter, who sang Strawberry Wine.
Strawberry wine, 17.
Okay? Now that's an exciting lineup to me. One time during the show, I told Dina Carter that I had a crush on her since I was a little kid. But the problem was there, I called her Deanne Carter. And it's tough to convince somebody that you had a crush on them when you don't even know their name, right? Yeah, hey, Deanne, I had a crush on you. Oh, it's Dina? Oh, Dina. Oh, yeah, not you then. She had some real hits. I mean, strawberry wine. Did I shave my legs for this? You know, and there were others, but I only knew strawberry wine. I don't even like wine. I do like strawberries, but I love that song. The fields have grown over now, years since they've seen the plow. You know what I mean? There's nothing time hasn't touched.
Squares, I call.
Okay. Now, I don't know what the criteria for being on the show is. It's Nashville Squares, and I only know of one person on the list who's from Nashville. That's Dina Carter. Marie Osmond, maybe. I live in Nashville now. Everybody else not from Nashville. John is from North Carolina. Sarah's from Georgia. This is all according to information I got off the internet. Bill Engvall is from Texas, and Gary Busey is from Texas. And then it says Melissa Peterman's from Minnesota. Carson Kressley's from Pennsylvania. So we're on here. We're going. And this is my problem I have with the show. Had this not happened, I don't care if the show took off or not. I would still be for it. But this is what happened, right? We go out, and as the show starts, you see us all, and then they will introduce us, and then we all get a chance to throw in a little joke. And there's some other things going on. There is a musician that I know in town. Her and her band are there. It pans to it, and then the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are there.
How about a nice round of applause for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and the XO Band? Let's hear it for the XO Band.
And then they call on me, they introduce me, and I say, nothing makes me think of Nashville like Gary Busey and the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. It got a great laugh. It was fun. It was fun. It was a good joke. They cut it, right? They cut it. There also was a time when I got called on, and they asked me a question, and I had a joke written for me that they wanted me to do. So I did that joke. I don't remember what it was, but they cut it.
And Mickey, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to go to my boy, Dusty.
Great choice.
Dusty Slays. And this one is for the block. Let's find out how much you're worth, Dusty, sir. $600. All right. Okay. That sound means time's up. So this is our last question, and we have a tied game. So Mickey, if you answer correctly, you and your fan are going on to the bonus round, and if you get it wrong, you'll send Devin and his fan to the bonus round instead, okay? So here we go. Here's your question, Dusty. If you're out there under those Friday night lights and you can be described as a flyer, a mounter, or a floater, what are you?
Well, a cheerleader. Okay, this is the part of the show, right, where Bob Saget asked me this question, and then I have the prepared answer. I know the answer. The show has given me the answer. So I know the right one, but I also have a little joke. They want me to tell a joke. I forget what the joke is, so I told it, and then I delivered it. Well, we had this little back and forth because Bob Saget thought that for some reason I gave him the wrong answer. And I don't want to let the live audience know that I know exactly what the answer is. I think I'm supposed to be guessing. So they, we have a back and forth. It's fun. Bob Saget seems to be into it. He tells me I'm funny. It's great. We have a good time. But they cut that whole thing. And all you hear is me going, a cheerleader. A cheerleader. And it's like, I'm supposed to be a comedian. They call me a comedian or pesticide aficionado. And in this moment, you don't know if I know anything about pesticides or about comedy.
So, do you agree or disagree with Dusty right now?
Everything's riding on this.
No pressure. Okay, I'm going to say I agree.
So, you agree with Dusty that they're types of cheerleaders. A flyer, a mounter, and a floater are types of cheerleaders. That's correct. Mickey, you won the game. Mickey, you just won your fan.
There were other opportunities for me to tell jokes that they cut. But I was clapping and standing because I'm not a guy that moves a lot. I don't have a lot of physicality with my comedy. So what I wanted to do was just try to do something. I was standing up, clapping. But basically, that's what they show the entire time, is me just clapping and standing a lot.
And then
You're happier because your audience at home. So sweet. Great happened.
There's 3 comedians on the show, and we barely get any jokes in. And I'm just drinking, I don't know, water or ginger ale or something the whole time. And then, you know, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, they're bouncing around. I don't mind them. I'm not upset about it, but it is not Nashville. I don't know. I guess the Titans don't have cheerleaders. I don't know. I don't understand what was happening in the show, really. I don't understand. There's so many actors in here. There's so many people. It's like, you didn't need any of those people. I don't know what they were doing. But mainly, I just wanted people to know that I was on the show and that it didn't go that well, and then the show never took off. And then at the end, me and John Reep took a picture with Gary Busey. All in all, it was a good time. I got paid to do this, but, you know, I got offered to do it, and I thought, well, this will really turn into something. And then it didn't. And Marie Osmond, she has a key. We all have keys because there's a car up for grabs. And my car, I think, ended up being the winning car or whatever. I don't know. You'll see it. But Marie takes the key and tries to like act like she's cranking me up or turning me on. And I don't know how old she is, but I was into it. So that's me. We're having a good time. I was on Nashville Squares on CMT. My dream of being on CMT was fulfilled. And I'm just marking them off the list. Boom.
So here we go. Dusty Slade, Marie Osmond, Gary Busey. Okay, Megan. According to John Reep, who did he say broke the most hearts in their dating?
This is a tough one.
Is it?
All right, Dusty, your hair is fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
However, my pick is Marie Osmond.
Okay. You have said Marie Osmond has broken the most hearts in her day over Dusty and Gary? How dare you? This is unbelievable. So, John, what square did you pick, sir?
I said Marie, obviously.
Congratulations! Megan, you just won a total of 56. Button right here, the open button, and if those lights go on, that would mean that is your car. So let's wish you luck. Are you ready, everybody? 3, 2, 1, start your engines!
That's right, you messed up and picked wrong.
I'm really sorry you did not win that brand new Compass. Let's see who had the winning key. Dusty Slade. But